Oh, you guys found me after all this time. Although, what are you doing here? Oh, yeah, that's it. You want to see the games room? All right, come on in. Hello everyone, you know the channel, you know the place, 2.5 Gamers, this is JC. Right, so normally when I do these games room tour videos, I normally film them in third person. However, because of the sake of lack of space and also time, this games room tour of mine is going to be different from the other ones. This one's going to be in first person, obviously after I've done this whole intro or whatever. But when I actually show you around the room, obviously there's a sneak peek for now, we're going to get into that later, but when I actually take you around my room, I'll be doing it a lot in first person, whereas normally when I do these games room tours, it's in third person. So the reason why we're doing this games room tour today is not only have I just finished dusting all of this, because trust me, this stuff gets really dusty really quickly, but I've had people in DMs at work who know me, just people in general. They saw my last games room tour video, obviously when we was consistently doing YouTube 2 years ago, and they were going, wow, JC, wow, you really do collect video games, man, your collection, damn, looks really good. And I look at them and I'm like, wait, what are you on about? And they're like, your video, I saw your games room tour video, and I'm like, bro, that video's 2 years old. Like, if you think that's a collection, wait until you see this collection. Again, I'm going to get into it now, but yeah, you know, this is the channel. Hopefully the other guys will have their updated games room tours as well. We've been saying for a while we've wanted to do them. I'm going to show you where I keep my games, I'm going to show you where I play them, and just overall, yeah, show you an updated games room tour for everyone who's been saying, oh my god, your collection's so cool. Yeah, that's 2 years ago. This is now, okay? So this is my 2023 games room tour, and I hope you like it. Alright, so what better way to start then, really, than when you first walk through this door and first come in the room? So obviously, oh god, who's that guy? Don't know him. But, right, so yeah, so when you first come in my room, I kid you not, in terms of space, things are very tight in here. But, so as you come in, you've got my wardrobe here with the mirror. But then above that, so I've got a couple of boxed controllers, some light guns. I got those recently, actually, from the Retro Hunter. Shout out him, shout out his Instagram, his Facebook. Really, really nice guy, really great store if you want to buy some retro stuff. So up here, that, in fact, that's also from Retro Hunter as well, that boxed SNES controller. That's an original SNES controller, because I've got another SNES controller boxed that's not original. It's actually a Club Nintendo Wii one. I'll show you that in a second. A boxed Nintendo Switch Online N64 controller that I still haven't even opened or tested out yet. I tell you what, if any of this stuff you want to see us do unboxings, game testing videos, any of this stuff, if you want to see us do videos on it, let us know in the comments and we'll happily do that. So yeah, that's that there. Funnily enough, this one, mate, I've got stories for everything in this room, but this one I actually got just before a night out. I was planning on meeting up with Ollie. Shout out Ollie, I hope you're watching this video. And because he'll remember, if anything, when I went to get this, but just before we had gone out, I got that off of Marketplace, off of a guy who was selling it, who'd never used it. Really, really cool. Hopefully I plan on using it to play N64 games on my Switch someday. Again, it's not an original N64 controller, it's the Switch Online one. Yeah, we got a nunchuck box there. The nunchuck isn't in the box, it's actually in my drawers. I'll show you my drawers in a second where I keep my controllers. But yeah, that's a light gun for Time Crisis. I actually have 3 of these, 2 unboxed, that's my boxed one. I got that box because I didn't have the adapters or the cables to set it up on the PS2. However, with this, not only have I got the nice box for display, but now I can actually play Time Crisis on my PS2. Follow that round to the front of the wardrobe. We've got more box stuff over here. My Super Scope, boxed. A lot of this stuff I don't think was in my last Games Room tour, because this would have been before I bought a massive job lot in 2020, I think end of 2021, start of 2022. There was a massive job lot that I bought. Cost me a lot of money, but I got a lot of box stuff out of it and a lot of Xbox games, which I'll show you guys in a second. So yeah, that's my box Super Scope. The Super Scope is actually in there because I couldn't fit it in my controller drawers. That's another one though, if you want to see an unboxing, if you want to see a game testing, I'll happily do that. Above that, some Switch controller chargers. Just behind it is one of 2 NES boxes I have. The reason why this one is tucked behind my Super Scope box is because that one's battered. I've got another one, much better condition, on the other side of the room. Donkey Kong bongos. I've wanted these for ages, and one time when I was actually going to visit Retro Hunter just to browse his shop, the guy was standing outside. He was going to trade these in. I think Retro Hunter quoted him something like £50 or something to trade them in boxed with the game. I was like, dude, I'm going to buy them anyway if you're going to trade those in, so I might as well just give you my £50 and I'll take them. And he was like, yeah, go on, lad. And he just sold them to me. Also in the box as well. I haven't taken them out of the box yet. I haven't even used them, so that's another one, game testing video. Let me know in the comments and I'll happily do it. Just over there's my Mario Monopoly that the lads from work won me, although not from my current job, from my last job. Ryan, Henry, shout out you guys for winning me that from, what was it, Hollywood Bowl? Hollywood Bowl, they won me that. Still kept it, although a lot of the pieces have gone missing, so I apologise. So I doubt we're ever going to be able to play it until I buy new pieces. Over there's my Superboy box. If you haven't checked out that video of me unboxing that, that was a really, really fun video. Fun to record, fun to edit. Just overall a good time, and I do love now owning this because now it means I can play a lot more Super Nintendo games on the go as well, so that's that. Now if I take you over here, so this is the main bulk part of the room, I'd say. Like, these are the main big shelves over here, right? I'll just quickly, there's going to be some skim footage anyway, but this is just from my point of view, standing in a particular spot of my room. A lot of this stuff I would have probably shown already. Like, I think you guys have definitely seen the Watch Dogs stuff. So I've got my Watch Dogs 2 statue of Marcus there, my Aiden one with the box behind it. And just above here, actually, I've done an unboxing video of it, but my Watch Dogs Legion one. Absolutely love this franchise. Still need to get the Wrench statue. I still don't have it. It's so hard to find and I still don't have it. The Wrench statue to go with that one. But in recent times, I've actually got more Far Cry stuff. So I've got this Far Cry 4 statue here, unboxed. I don't have the box for that one. But I wanted it because it looked really, really cool. Got it for a reasonable price on eBay. Then afterwards, in my local CEX, they had the Far Cry 5. Obviously, the box is being slightly obscured by the statue. Far Cry 5 Father Edition statue, which was, yeah, at my local CEX, so I picked it up. Really good condition. Love this statue here of Joseph Seed, the main villain. If you guys know Far Cry, you guys know who that is. And I had to get it because right after I got it, Far Cry 6 was due to come out, and I also got the collector's edition of that. So I've got the Far Cry 6 Lions of Yara edition with Anton and Diego Castillo also. So Anton Castillo is the main villain of Far Cry 6. I think with Far Cry, all the collector's editions have the statues of the villains. So yeah, I had to get it to go with my Joseph Seed, with my Pagan Min. I do need to get the Far Cry 4 box, but whilst I'm lacking space for more box stuff at the minute, that can wait. Probably when I get a bit more room, I'll eventually box this up and then it will be more complete. As well as I need the Far Cry 3 one, the bobblehead of Vars. I don't have that. Just above that, I've got the Fractured Butthole Collector's Edition, South Park. I think Harry and Aaron, actually no, I know Harry's got it, as well as Stick of Truth. I don't know if Aaron's got it. Aaron, you have to let me know in the group chat or in the comments. Just above that, I know I didn't show this in my last Games Room tour, I have the PlayStation mouse. Yep, now I've got to give credit where credit is due, but much bigger YouTuber, I doubt he's ever going to see this, but Cadicarus done a video on PlayStation accessories, and the PlayStation mouse was in that video. Right after watching that video, I jumped on eBay, found this boxed for like, I think 45, 35 something quid. Boxed as well, that's really good. So I was like, mate, I'm getting that. And it was close to payday, so I got it. So yeah, that's the box there. The mouse isn't in the box, it's in the drawer. But that's it there. If you ever want to see me play first-person shooters on the PS1 with this mouse, because that's initially what it was intended for, let me know in the comments and I'll happily do that. I know you guys have definitely seen this before. I've had this for years now, my Mario Kart 8 limited edition for Wii U. But just above it, something that I got fairly recently at a comic and toy convention was this Mario Party 10 special edition with the Mario amiibo, as well as this really nice box. The actual game is on my shelf, but here's the box. Really nice design. I love when Nintendo did these Wii U amiibo edition boxes because a lot of them look really, really good, really, really clean. There's my SpongeBob collector's edition right there for Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I haven't got the new one yet, Cosmic Shake, but I would like to get that to add to this. I'm pretty sure that was in the last Games Room tour actually, because I remember getting that, I think, Christmas 2020. Over there's my stress controller, although I haven't taken it out of the box and squeezed it yet. I guess I haven't been stressed lately. It's kind of a good thing, I suppose. But yeah, it's modelled after the PS5 controller, really, really nice. Just next to it is my Link's Crossbow Training Zapper adapter thing. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, well, it says up there Wii Zapper, so yeah, I'm going to call it the Zapper adapter. That sounds really cool. Well, at least it does in my head. Yeah, so that's also in one of my drawers. The box is just sitting up here for display. Really, really nice. To be honest, I didn't even get it for Link's Crossbow Training. I actually got it because I've got a couple of the House of the Dead games on Wii, and this just makes it more arcadey, so that you can play it, you know, like you would in an arcade, holding the controller like a gun and actually doing that. I mean, I have got Link's Crossbow Training as well. Maybe that could be another game testing video, a live stream maybe, when we eventually bring the streams back, do something with that. Just above it are my Vita boxes. Now, I know you guys have seen my black one. I don't think you've seen my Japanese white one. So I've got a black Wi-Fi one. This is a PAL Region 1, European. Next to it is my white Japanese one. In Japan, the Vita came in more colours, obviously white, red, whereas in Europe, we only got black. My black one is a Wi-Fi model, so it can only connect to internet. My Japanese one is a 3G model, because the Vita also supported models that did 3G, so that you could put your SIM card in it and effectively play online on the go. But because this is Japanese, I don't think any SIM card round here is going to work in it. Not that I would need it anyway. I mean, who's going to play Vita online on the go these days in 2023? But yeah, I mean, it's there. It makes for a cool thing on the box. And also, I just really like it because it's a really clean looking console. I don't know what it is about handhelds. I like them in either white, sometimes red, sometimes yellow. When they're just in standard black, I don't know, I get bored of that sort of design. Some more boxes over here. My PS5, one of my PS5 controllers. I got this red one here. I really want to get the Spider-Man one though. That would look so cool up here. So who knows, maybe eventually I'll get it. Limited edition Horizon Zero Dawn. I think I've definitely showed that before. I know that has been on my collection for a while. Boxed PSP. The PSP is on another shelf behind me when I show you guys that eventually. But I did get it boxed. That was another marketplace. Absolute bargain, absolute deal. And it was local to me, so I drove there to pick it up. Really, really nice. I think this is the fat model. Harry's got a couple of slim models. Growing up, I had a slim model, but this is a fat model that I picked up recently. So that just gives away this isn't my childhood PSP. This is one that I got afterwards. Just above that, my Sackboy's Big Adventure Collector's Edition. You may be wondering why I got the PS4 version and not the PS5 version. Well, on Amazon, these were going really, really cheap. The PS4 Collector's Edition. The box is it's had a bit of wear and tear in moving. But yeah, these were going really, really cheap. And as well, this was because Sony were doing that thing where a lot of late PS4 games come with free PS5 upgrades. So, in essence, buying that gave me 2 games in one. Not only the PS4 version of Sackboy's Big Adventure, but also the PS5 version. I would highly recommend as well, anyone buying any late PS4 games that are on PS5 as well. If you have a PS5, buy the PS4 version. Especially if you're a trophy hunter, you will end up getting yourself basically 2 sets of trophies. And if you know you're going to platinum the game, that's even better. Maybe one day I'll platinum this. Maybe one day I'll even stream me platinuming it. I'd love to turn that into a series of me attempting some tricky-ish platinums, or just platinums in general. So yeah, that might be a series. There's my phone box, funnily enough, the very device I'm using to record this video. Over here, I know I've owned that for time, so I won't talk too much about that. This though, This is definitely going to be new to you guys. Not new to me, obviously. I've owned all this stuff for quite some time, but new to you because the last Games Room Tour video is literally over 2 years old now. But we've got a couple more Xbox things over here. So we got my Saints Row the Third Platinum Pack Edition with headphones. I've tried these headphones out and I could not get them to work. I do not know why, but they make for a nice display piece. So I have opened this because when I got this was sealed. A lot of people were telling me I shouldn't open it, but I really wanted to play around with the headphones, so I did open it. I know I'm not going to resell it, so I opened it anyway. But yeah, the headphones didn't work. I don't know whether it's because I was testing them out wrong, testing them on the wrong device. Like maybe they can only... Because I tried using them as normal headphones, right? But I don't think you can. I think they only work on 360. Maybe I might have to test them out again. I don't know. Just above that is my Xbox One controller. I have so many Xbox One controllers because when I used to PC game a lot, and I do mean a lot, in fact in my last Games Room Tour you'll remember my PC setup, I got a lot of Xbox controllers. This is a PowerA one, really nice, really cheap company that do a lot of nice controllers. In fact sometimes I find their controllers nicer than the actual official ones, although the official ones are starting to get better now. Here is a original Xbox box. That's so weird to say out loud. Xbox box. The box for the Xbox, the OG Xbox. There it is. I'll show you those in a little while when I show you where I actually keep my games. I'm actually going to do this video sort of backwards to how I normally do my Games Room tours. Normally I start off showing where I play games and then I follow it up by showing you where I keep my games, whereas this time we're actually going to do it in reverse. I'm going to show you where I keep my games first, then I'm going to show you guys where I play my games. Over here's more boxes, Marvel vs. Capcom box. I know I've definitely showed that off before because I remember showing it off with the Infinity Stones down here as well as that. Mate, I've owned those for time now, so yeah, definitely you guys have seen them before. But you haven't seen these before. Well, I mean, you probably have, but you haven't seen them in my collection. These are my PlayStation Move controllers with, well, this is supposed to be a charging stand. Retro Hunter threw this in for free. One of these I got off of Harry, one of these Move controllers. The other one I got from Retro Hunter with this stand. Now, it doesn't really charge anything. I don't think it really even works, but it makes for a nice display piece. The controllers work, I've tested them out, but I mean the stand. The stand doesn't work, so... But again, it looks really, really nice on display. Oh, I thought I dusted that properly, but clearly I haven't. Oh no! I lied already in my video. Not everything's clean. There's my Mario money tin. Definitely know you guys have seen that before. My Avengers Collector's Edition. I'm not sure if that was in my last Games Room tour. I might have to check when I'm editing and maybe add that in or not. I'm not too sure, but it's there. Captain America statue, Hulk bobblehead. Love having this guy. All really, really nice stuff. I know you guys have seen that before. But now, let's get on to the games. So, it really is tight for space. So if it looks like I'm moving awkwardly, trust me, this room is packed. So, it is really, really hard for me to move around right now. I'm actually in my childhood room. And literally, other than just a bed and some games, okay, I'll show you a little bit of an establishing shot. Like, so that's one set of shelves there. Then you can see my bed there. And then right on the other side, we'll touch on that side in a second, my Nintendo-y side. But we're going to go on this side because a lot of the stuff is over here. Here's my Superboy. I've kept it just like that for now. I am planning on playing it and going on it a little bit more. I want to get more SNES games for it though. And like I said in my unboxing video, maybe even play this thing for a couple months solid and do a review of it because, mate, I really like this thing. It's really, really nice. I've kept it over here near my N64 games. This has definitely picked up a lot. Well, not a lot, but a fair bit. Because I think in my last Games Room tour, I only had like 3 N64 games. But now I've actually got a couple. And I definitely did not label them. So on Etsy, I'll even leave a link in the description down below if you guys want to get these. But on Etsy, you can get these end labels here. For me, because N64 games are really expensive boxed, I chose to get these labels because I tend to collect them unboxed. And for me, I think, honestly, that looks clean as hell. Like, I really like them like that. Just the cartridges. I love as well, some of the cartridges are coloured. Like, for example, you've got the Stadium 2 with the gold and silver coloured cart. Turok 2, black cart. And I know there's a couple other ones as well. I think like a Rocket Robot on Wheels. That's got a red cartridge and stuff like that. I really like that. So for now, even though it's not a boxed collection, and some people might even, I guess, give me shit for that and be like, oh, well, why aren't you collecting them boxed? Well, this is how I like it for now. And it saves me a lot of space, especially because if I'm going to try and have them go along like this, and then I reckon I could squeeze 3 rows of these like on this shelf, obviously once I move the Superboy. But for now, they just look like that. A couple of these N64 games I got from the boot sale. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check that out. That was pretty good. This shelf here is just a bit of a mess. So that's actually got my Watch Dogs map that I've been meaning to put on the wall, as well as some loose Dreamcast games that are in not the best of conditions, so I've just sort of left them there for now. I don't know if I'm going to collect Dreamcast yet. I might do, and then when I do, I'll obviously neaten this up a little bit, but for now I'm going after so many consoles, it's hard to even worry about that right now. In here's a tin full of batteries as well. These are all the batteries I used to power my Game Boys. I'll show you guys in a second. Over here's PS1. You're going to notice with my collection, I lay my games very, very, very differently to what most people would lay them as. I'll show you a couple of examples now, but this is how I lay my games, because I've noticed with these, so these Kallax units are from IKEA, right? And I've noticed that with these units, the depth of the unit, like there's a lot of space inwards and not a lot of space like upwards, right? So before, I used to have my games sitting up. Oh god, it's probably hard for me to show you with PS2. I'll show you with PS1 actually. So before, I used to have my games sitting up along the back like that. And what I was finding was I would get like one solid row of games, then I'd have to start stacking my games upwards. So then recently, well not recently actually, I think maybe even a few months ago, I started laying them down like this. And what I found was, well, I mean, just look at PS2. I can fit way more games on a shelf. Or actually, even better example, if I show you PS3 real quick, I fit way more games on a shelf this way. And again, due to space, I need to fit them this way until I can obviously get a much better setup. But even then, actually, I think even if I got an actual bigger games room, I might still lay them this way. I mean, the spines are really all I'm looking for. They're clearly visible. The only thing is obviously like flat like that, you can't see anything. But when you look at them like that, then you can. It kind of also gives me this feeling of like, you know, when you go to a boot sale and someone's got a bunch of games in a box. When they have them in a box, they're like this. You know, like even in the boot sale video we done, if someone had a bundle of games in a cardboard box, they were like this. So it kind of gives me that feeling. It doesn't come across the same way like when you see a library of games in a store where the spines are obviously sat upright. But I don't know, it's my way, it's different, unless there's other people that do it this way, but that's my way of doing it. So yeah, that's my PS2 collection there. I keep skimming over everything just to show you guys my weird method of laying things down. Those are my PS2 games, quite a few there. Definitely not my biggest set. My biggest set is actually a console that I'm not even really that into, but I will show you my biggest set in a second. Here's my PS3 games. Quite a few good titles there. Do love the PS3. Amazing console. Oh, my camera lost focus a bit there for a second. Then as we come down, we've got my Wii games here. I recently filled up this shelf. Like, I'm talking, I put the last game in here to fill up this shelf. I'm now actually starting the next shelf. But yeah, again, I lay them this way because there's so much more room. It's not actually that hard to even get them out, to be fair. It's genuinely just a case of like, I pick a game and then just pop it out. Obviously, I just made it look awkward as hell there. I am doing it one-handed, filming this video in first person. But I mean, when I normally do it, it's not actually that hard to get the games out. So yeah, that's just how I do things. This is just a shelf full of random stuff. Yu-Gi-Oh tin there with some cards in it. Because it's my childhood room, I actually still have my Beyblades from when I was a kid. Yeah, yep, still have these. These aren't the OG Beyblades. These are from the Metal series. You know what? Let's actually pop this bad boy open real quick. Yeah, these are my Beyblades. I don't have any of the launchers anymore, though. I don't know where they are. But yeah, look, my little tiny Beyblade collection. Before I started collecting video games, I was very much into Beyblade, the Metal series, and I collected a couple of these back when I was in secondary school. So anyone who knew me in secondary school, you knew that I was heavily into my Beyblades. And now they just sit here on a shelf collecting dust. Who knows, one day I might play them with the kids. But yeah, they're just there, as well as a random Game Boy Link cable, a Switch case over there, and my Mario Uno. I know I've shown that off so many times. That thing is almost going to become as old as I am at this rate. That's the old Mario Uno. There's obviously new revisions of it now in a newer case with different design cards, but I keep that one because it's just so old. I've had it since I was a kid, so that's that. My DS games over here. See, look at that. Look at how many more of these I fit on one shelf. I'm literally starting a third row. Eventually, when this row is complete, then obviously I'll take all this down and start moving it across to here. But I literally managed to cram so many more games on a shelf, laying them this way. And for me, it looks all right for me. And again, not hard to get out at all. Just pop out the game that I want, even if it's on the back row, pop it out, play it, put it back. Easy. Some random stuff over here. These are my Asda, my Asda sandwich bags. I'll explain why I have those in a second, although I think people might already know because I think I explained it in my last Games Room tour. But it's mainly to do with my wires. I keep my console wires in these Asda sandwich bags. As well as, so over here, I've got this Spartan Field Manual. I got this from a mystery bag when I went to the Brentwood Comic and Toy Con, where I bought quite a few games, as well as I bought a mystery bag, I think for a tenner. It was literally a mystery bag full of random gaming crap in it, and this was certainly one of those bits there. Really, really nice book. To be honest, I wish we were doing YouTube then as well, because I would have vlogged that Comic and Toy Con. Maybe next year, actually. We'll go next year. Me and the boys, Harry and Aaron, will go to that. As well as this comic here. This I got from Comic Con. A guy was going around giving them away for free. He had to give them to someone wearing a Marvel-themed costume. I think they were playing like a game of bingo or something, is what he was saying. So they were playing like costume bingo. And I was dressed up as Spider-Man. And he came up to me and was like, "Oh my god, a Spider-Man, sweet. Take this comic." And I was like, "What? Why?" And he was like, "Well, I'm playing costume bingo. I've got to give a comic to everyone in a particular costume. And you're the only Spider-Man I've seen so far. So have this comic." And so I was like, "All right, sweet." I haven't taken it out of the seal, like, to actually look at it properly. I've left it in the seal. Might even just keep it sealed, to be honest, and then maybe resell it later on. I don't know. Or just maybe even one day hang it up. I don't know. Oh, for now, though, it sits on my shelf. My GameCube games. Now, I mean, to be fair, this stuff's going to have to move soon if I buy any more GameCube games, because this shelf is full. Like, this shelf is absolutely full. This is another one where the last game I literally slapped on recently, which was this Yu-Gi-Oh game, that I got at the boot sale, in the boot sale video. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. Rare Yu-Gi-Oh game, now in my collection. Last game I put on this shelf, so now this shelf is full. Next few games I get for GameCube, I'm going to have to start this shelf, same as the Nintendo Wii. So yeah, over here, again, I apologise for my awkward movement because it is really tight space-wise in here. My only two physical PS5 games. PS5 seems to be a console that I mainly get the games digitally on now, just because it's easier. Like, a lot of the time when I go on my PS5, I mainly just get the games off of Plus. But these two games I've got physical. I will get more physical games for the PS5, but a lot of PS5 games, like I said earlier, are also on PS4. So what I end up doing is I end up getting the PS4 version, because like I said, you end up getting two games. If you buy a PS4 game, a late PS4 game, oh my god, that's stuck. Oh, grim. Yeah. If you end up getting a late PS4 game, oh, it doesn't say it on this one. Now I look like an idiot. Right, where's a good example? Ah, here we go. I know it says it on this one, surely. Yeah, there we go, look. PS5 upgrade available. So a lot of the time, I'll end up getting the PS4 version of a PS5 game because I know the PS5 version will be included, right? I've just made that messier than it needs to be now. Look at that. Those are my PS4 games. Not a very big collection. I tend to go for older stuff. I should probably go for this more now that the PS4 is getting older, but because it's backwards compatible on PS5, I don't really focus on it too much. Down here, we got my 3DS games. Again, able to fit more on the shelf because I lay them in this very abnormal way, but it's for ease, I guess. This is the console I am trying to focus on at the minute, and I do need to try and complete. This is my Wii U collection. I'd like to actually do a series about me trying to collect for this console and go a bit more in depth with it and sort of like catalogue, archive, record the journey of me trying to complete this set, because there's only 165 games in Europe, also known as the PAL region, in general. So this is actually, for people with lack of space, if you're going to complete a console set, this is a very easy set. 165 PAL region games, a couple of American exclusives, a couple of Japanese exclusives. So this is the set I'm mainly trying to complete. I do get sidetracked a lot though, and end up buying other games, but this is ideally the set I want to do first. And because the Wii U is one behind the Switch, like it's not 2 generations old, it's not 3 generations old, not like GameCube, not like Wii, not like anything else in my collection, the games are starting to climb up in price, but they're still not too expensive. So I definitely need to knuckle down, complete this set, because eventually these games will go up in value, and then it'll be really hard for me to collect for them. Over here's my Switch games. This has definitely increased since last time I've done a games room tour, because I think 2 years ago I didn't really buy a lot of Switch games. Much like how I treat my my PS4, I was treating my Switch pretty much like it was just there and didn't really collect for it, didn't really play it. So those are my Switch games there. Still have my Luigi's Mansion Steelbook. Absolutely love that thing. I've started collecting a little bit of PSP. So I've got 2 PSP movies here, as well as the games here. I need to get a couple more of these, but I do love the PSP. I got those games right after getting the PSP boxed, so I started getting those. Just before I was collecting PSP though, I was obviously collecting Vita, which are all right here. My Vita games right here, which actually I do have a story. I have stories with all these games, but I do have a story that I do want to share with one particular game that's right here, stuck to another game. I hate when games have the sticky residue left from when they've had like a sticker on them from CEX or something. So this copy here, it's sealed, of Walking Dead Season 2. On Amazon, this was going brand new sealed for £30. And then in another shop, Retro Giant, they had one sealed for £55. So I saved basically £25 getting this brand new sealed versus getting it sealed over there. And even then, with that shop, I don't know if it was sealed because they resealed it or if it was sealed because it was actually brand new, but I know that this copy of mine is definitely brand new. I do know I intend on playing it as well, so it probably won't be sealed for much longer, although I do need to get Season 1 first because I want to play them in order of season. So yeah, those are my my Vita games. I'll show you my Vitas in a sec, and yes, I say Vita, not Vita. That's just how I feel it should be pronounced, so that's how I say it. Right, time to show you the collection that, again, it's for a console that I hardly ever even go on, that I cared about the least, yet I have the most for it, especially because I bought a lot of it in a job lot, and yeah, it literally takes up the most of my space. It's at the very, very bottom there. You can see all the green spines already. Time to show you guys my Xbox collection. Oh God, where do I even start with this? Well, I suppose I should start up close and personal. I just had to make a bit more space for myself because, right, so to show you, the very thin walkway I have to go down to show you the rest of my Xbox games. Like I told you, space is tight in this room. But yeah, so I bought basically well over 200 Xbox games in a job lot. Bloody sun glaring over my games. I can't show them properly. There we go. You can have a good look at that there. Yeah, I got these in a job lot. There was over 200 games, well over 200 games. I sorted through them all though, because quite a few of them were doubles. Now with my collection, I don't tend to keep doubles. I only want basically really one of everything. Like my goal is to try and collect one of every single game. Like every single game, right? On every single platform. There were quite a few doubles. Like I think there was like 2 copies of X-Men, like 3 copies of Splinter Cell, a couple copies of Assassin's Creed. So once I sorted through them all, picked out what best versions of each double looked like, I done it all, sorted through it all, and then I basically flipped all the doubles to make some money back and then buy games that I didn't have. But that still left me with well over 160 original Xbox games that I have hardly even played. I've only beaten one OG Xbox game, and it is that one right there, Manhunt. This is the only Xbox game I've beaten so far. The rest I haven't even touched. I hardly go on my OG Xbox or my 360. I do go on the Series X, so probably some of these, I know some of these are backwards compatible, so I'll probably play them that way, but Xbox is one of the consoles that before, especially 2, 3, 4 odd years ago, I didn't even care about. But since this job lot, and since I have, well, actually now owning a Series X, I do collect Xbox quite a bit now. Just I hardly ever play it. And yeah, so the games are, I find them pretty dirt cheap, and yeah, they're all sitting down there. That is actually a, I think that's meant to be a one that comes with a console, but I do have another copy of Splinter Cell in there somewhere. So there I was saying how I don't keep doubles, but then that's actually technically in essence a double, but I keep that just to hold these up. Some demo discs here. If you want me to go a bit more in depth about some of these games, let me know. This is just an overall games room tour, and I'm trying not to keep it too long, not to waste too much of you guys' time. But if you're sticking it through this video, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Over here are my 360 games, same thing as original Xbox. Well, okay, original Xbox, like I said, that was a job lot. These are just because I found them dirt cheap. Even if you look in the last boot sale video, I got a few 360 games there. I've got one steelbook. Or actually, have I got a couple steelbooks? No, I've got 2 there. 2. Sometimes I forget what I have, honestly. Even though my collection's not that big, it's not as big as Harry's, not as big as Aaron's. But I forget what I have sometimes. I mean, actually, no, to be fair, these are a couple steelbooks. I forgot the Gears of War 1 and 2 special edition boxes there, as well as Judgment. I'm pretty sure now I nearly own all the Gears games physically, even though most of the time I play them off the Game Pass. Xbox is on the bottom of my shelf because, like I said, I don't really tend to go on it too much. I've always mainly been a PlayStation, Nintendo guy, and then Xbox has sort of just joined my family of games in recent times because they're so easy to find, dirt cheap. And then down there's my Xbox One games with my Red Dead steelbook just sitting there. That's another one that I picked up recently. I'm sorry if the audio sounds a bit weird. It's because I'm having to crouch down to show you this. They're all really, really low down on the shelf, and I hardly even have room to really go over them properly. So if you want more in-depth videos on all of this stuff here, you're going to have to let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll even do that. And I'll tell you what, actually, for a fun stream series, I'd love to maybe stream me trying to go through a lot of this back catalogue that I've built up here of these Xbox games. Maybe even in alphabetical order. Yeah, you never know. Right, I guess now I should show you the other side of the room that's got a couple more Nintendo bits. More things boxed. It won't have as many games, but there'll definitely be some more things boxed. So yeah, let me show you the other side of the room. Okay, so this is the other side of my room. I got my Guitar Hero drums down there. I actually lost the legs for these, which is really bad because one of the legs is actually the purple drum, the kick step one. Yeah, I lost that, so now I actually, in essence, can't really use these, so I need to get a new set of Guitar Hero drums. But yeah, this is the other side of my room. I call it the Nintendo side because it's mainly where I keep my Nintendo boxed stuff. But really, in essence, it's also my handheld side because look at all these handhelds. Yep, these are all my handheld. Well, yeah, there's a couple more up there, but these are all my handheld consoles. Now, this has definitely increased since last Games Room video. So, last Games Room tour, I only had the one Pikachu handheld, this Pikachu Game Boy Advance here, whereas now I have three. I've got this original Game Boy Color Pikachu. Well, actually, no, this is an original Game Boy Color. Nothing's been modified or touched about this one. This one, however, is modded. So the screen has been modded. So yeah, it's not actually got the original screen. I'll quickly edit in me turning the screen on because I've just realized in picking it up, I forgot to put batteries in it. Otherwise, I'd quickly flick it on right now and then show you the modded screen. But this is a modded screen Pikachu Game Boy Color, which I recently used to complete Pokemon Yellow. And also, it goes really nicely with my set of other Pikachu consoles. As I said, I only had the one 2 years ago, just this one. Now I have three. I've got this one here, as well as this Pikachu DS Lite refurbished. So I got this on eBay. It was a refurb. I think basically what someone done was they took the guts of another DS Lite and basically put the Pikachu shell over it. Because the actual Pikachu DS Lite is very, very rare, very, very hard to find. So I'm happy just to have a refurb, to be honest. And it does work really, really well. Eventually, when I play Gen 4, my favourite gen, I'll be playing it on this bad boy. Maybe even a bit of Gen 5. Just any of the Pokemon DS games, really. I could also play the Game Boy Advance ones, because obviously DS Lite is backwards compatible with Game Boy Advance. But I play my Game Boy Advance games on another beauty that I do have batteries in, and that's sitting right here. This is my Charizard modded Game Boy Advanced. Really, really nice. Absolutely love this thing. Literally cleaned it recently. But everything here has been freshly cleaned, to be fair. It's another reason why I've done this Games Room video. But yeah, really, really love this thing. I'm currently playing Pokemon Emerald on it. It's just, oh my god, if my camera would focus. It's just sitting in there. Yeah, I got this at Comic-Con this year when I went Comic-Con with Harry and Aaron. Like I said, we weren't doing YouTube at the time. Otherwise, we would have vlogged that Comic-Con. It was really, really good, but we'll probably vlog next year's one. So this was custom made. It even has its own custom box, which I have up here. Mega Charizard Y edition, modded Game Boy Advanced. Obviously, yeah, this can't be official because Mega Charizard Y never even existed when the Game Boy Advance was out. Whereas Harry does have a official Latias and Latios Game Boy Advance, which is part of Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. So, fingers crossed he shows that in his Games Room video. I can show this one screen because I do have batteries in this. Look at that. Oh yeah, absolutely love this thing. People that know me in real life, who've seen me at work and seen me on the go, they know how much I play this thing. As I said, I am currently playing through Pokemon Emerald at the minute. Such a nice screen, man. So much better than the DS Lite screen as well. But I'm getting sidetracked. Let me quickly turn that off before I get too distracted and end up probably oh god, I've turned it back on again now. There we go. It's off. It's off. So yeah, more box stuff here. So I've got the Wii Mario 25th Anniversary Edition. I think I've shown that off in previous videos. I'm not too sure. This I know I haven't shown off because I got this actually this year recently. This is the Wii Mini. I've already unboxed this, otherwise I would have done an unboxing video on it. Box is a bit tattered. It's got some tears in it, but still, it's a nice box. It makes for a nice display. Plus the red on red. Literally had to with the red on red there. I do own quite a few of red consoles. Like as well, I've got a red original DS here, as well as underneath it. Well, not underneath it, underneath next to it. Red DS Lite, as well as my turquoise light. My several 3DSs, so there's an OG 3DS right there. There's a 3DS XL here. Underneath it is a DSi XL. At this point, I think I now have one of each model of DS, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so the OG, my lights, the iXL. Yeah, basically, I've basically got every model of DS now. Well, I need I. This is the iXL. I need a normal DSi. 2DS there. My Ambassadors Edition 3DS, my favourite one, to be honest. The XL 3DS I got afterwards. I do try and use it every now and then for the bigger screen, but I, again, prefer playing my Ambassadors Edition, because just look at how nice that is. Love rocking up with that thing. But my XL, actually, I got boxed. So there's the box for it right there. Really, really nice. Really, really nice looking box. I've got my Ring Fit box. The actual ring is inside the box. I haven't even played that yet. So that's still in there, as well as a couple other items boxed here as well, like the 25th anniversary Mario game, Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 Wii U special edition boxed. This I got on holiday one time, when I was in Lowestoft. I got that at a CEX over there. Starlink Battle for Atlas boxed. Again, another one I haven't even touched. I haven't even played the game on Switch, but I really like the box because it's got Star Fox on it and it's got this really cool... oh, well, okay. So, this I've had since I was a kid, my Mario Galaxy 2 DVD thing that actually came with the tin on the other side. But behind it, this I got as a joke. I saw this on Amazon once going for like $19.99. Yeah, $19.99. And I picked it up because the game looks awful, but I also wanted the gun adapter that it comes with. So yeah, this is a game called Chicken Range. If you guys ever want to see me play this, I would happily do it just for a laugh. I still haven't even played the game. I've taken the gun out of the box. That's sitting in my drawers. But I haven't even played the game yet, and I know it looks like an absolute stinker of a game. So I would very much be up for playing it just because of how bad it looks. Yeah, okay, call me crazy. I do love playing bad games just for a laugh. But yeah, so Chicken Range. And like I said, the gun is in one of my drawers. But yeah, I keep that box there. Got the Switch Sports. Inside is the leg strip thing. Yeah, leg strap. There we go. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that's actually inside that box. I haven't even taken it out. I haven't even used it. My Pokken controller. The controller's in the drawer, but I've got the box here. Same with my Pro controllers that I've got boxed. Like I've got the Splatoon 3 one there. I used to have the Splatoon 2 one. Not boxed, but I used to have it. I might get it again boxed, so to go with the Splatoon 3. And then above that, my Monster Hunter one as well. That's another Switch Pro controller. There's the box, controllers in the drawer. Some more special edition Wii U stuff, like the Animal Crossing one. That was also really cheap, and it was new, sealed. I did open it and unseal it because I wanted to have a proper look at it. I know, I'm terrible, but when I know I'm not going to resell it, I'll open it. It's just a thing. Like I know this is going to stay in my collection until the day my game ends, basically. I know this is going to be mine and mine alone. If I ever got another one sealed, I wouldn't open it. I'd keep it, let it age for a bit, resell it. But I know this is mine, so I'm keeping it. Speaking of box stuff, I said earlier about SNES controllers. I had the original SNES controller box, but here's my Club Nintendo one. So this is a Wii SNES controller. You plug this into a Wii controller, and then you can effectively play Virtual Console SNES games. That's still sealed, that's still boxed. Perhaps I could do an unboxing where I test it out as well. Again, I know I'm not going to sell this, so probably I will do that at some point. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments. And then over here, some more stuff. So there's my better condition NES box. Sorry, my curtains are currently getting in the way of it. Although at the same time, they're protecting it. It's quite sunny outside, and I wouldn't want for this thing to get damaged, like color-wise, from the sun, because it's actually quite close to my window. But yeah, like I said, I have two NES boxes. The other one over there, which is hidden. But this is the one that I keep on display because it is in much better condition. Still has a few tears and scratches, but it is a lot cleaner than that other one. So I keep this one on display. This is the one that came with Mario and Duck Hunt with the Zapper. I do have the Zapper in the drawer, and I actually have the NES downstairs. So when I show you guys where I play my games, you'll be seeing this console sitting on one of my shelves. And then above it, my Golden Edition N64. Not Golden Eye Edition, just Golden Edition. So it doesn't come with GoldenEye, it just has the gold controller, but the grey console, whereas there are some editions where it comes with a gold console and a gold controller, and there's some editions where it comes with a grey console, gold controller, and GoldenEye 007 on N64. That was quite a mouthful to say, try saying that 3 times as fast. But yeah, that's another one though, where the box, really nice condition, so I keep it up here on display. And then just above it, I have a Dreamcast memory unit for when I eventually play Dreamcast. But for now, I don't play Dreamcast, so it just sits there, as well as my Ambassador's Edition 3DS box that sits there. And yeah, just more Wii U boxes, like my Xenoblade X1 that I got fairly recently. Star Fox Zero, got that pretty cheap. Not recently though, I think I got that last year. But that's another one, yeah, I keep these up here while the games sit on my Wii U shelf. And I know I've shown that before, my Hyrule Warriors Legends with the compass. Still love that thing, so nice to look at. And then over here, my Vitas. All 4 of them. Yep, 4 of them. Although my black one's a bit damaged now. That's my black fat one. There's my white slim one. It's actually in a case that gives it grip, as well as gives it L2 and R2 buttons. I needed this for a trophy, funnily enough, because there was a trophy where I needed to press L2 and R2, And obviously with the Vita, L2 and R2 are on the back touchpad, which is really awkward to get to. So I bought this case to make it easier for myself. And then there's my two Slims. So my black Slim and my white and lime green Slim. But since getting the fat white one, I hardly even go on my white and lime green Slim. And, well, I don't even think I go on my black Slim at all, actually, to be fair. And then there's my Amiibos, as well as my Mario Kart statue there. So my Amiibos here, these haven't really changed. And I haven't really got any more Amiibos, to be fair, but these are mine. And then my Pokeball controller, which I know I've definitely had for ages. Don't know if it was in the last Games Room Tour video, though. Actually, no, you know what? It might have been. Because that was with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I know that that predates both earlier Games Room Tours, as well as this one. So, yeah, not too bad. Down here, NES and SNES. Not very neat or tidy. I need to actually sort these out. But right now, they're just sort of dumped here. So you've got my PAL region ones. You've got my Japanese one, which again, if you watched the Superboy video, you saw me test this bad boy out. So glad it works on my Superboy. Definitely can't wait to play through that. As well as the Star Fox. I prefer these ones so much. Like the design of this cartridge, the American cartridges, I much prefer. Because they look similar to the NES cartridges. And I just prefer that. Like, to display that would be so much easier than to display these. Because these have no end labels. So they've got the labels on the front, but they've got no labels on the top. Otherwise, I'd have them, like, sort of laying like that. But I can't do that with these. So that's why right now they're sort of dumped here very awkwardly. God, I'm making a mess just trying to show you guys. But yeah, that's them there. And then over here, we've got my Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games. Well, all my Game Boy games are mainly Pokemon. So literally Pokemon, Pokemon, Pokemon. Yep, I've got Pokemon Green there. As well as blue, red, yellow, crystal, gold, silver, all of them. They're all here. And then my Game Boy Advance games. Also, because I have no end labels, I display them like this so that I can see the games. And yes, I do tend to collect them unboxed because boxed, they're too expensive. And as well, I don't really have room for them boxed. So for now, they're unboxed. So I tend to keep them like that. Right, now, to show you why I have so many Asda sandwich bags, this is why. Yep, all my consoles, I keep them written in crappy whiteboard pen, labelled in Asda sandwich bags. So literally I have quite a few there. I'll have one for my portable monitor as well. So that's all that in there. And then, oh god, now I can't even shut my bloody drawer. As well as in here, we've got some wires, USB hub in there. So yeah, this is where I keep all my controllers and wires and stuff. So in here, we've got Xbox wires. We've got a couple of Connects in here. We've got a black Connect there, as well as there should be a white one. It's probably fallen way down to the bottom. My C3PO 360 controller. So that's all my Xbox controllers there. Over here, my Nintendo controller. Well, this is actually fairly mixed. So we've got a couple of Nintendo controllers. Here's that gun I was talking about. The chicken range gun. Look at that. Like I said, if you guys want to see me play it, let me know in the comments. I'll happily do a stream or a video on that. As well as the Link's crossbow training one as well. PS3 controller here. White one. Actually, I believe I bought this one off of Harry. So thank you, Harry, for selling that on to me. As well as, actually, I think this Wii U Pro controller as well. This white one here. Which I also do have a black one as well. But you get the gist of it. This is mainly where I keep my controllers and accessories. We've got some more controllers here. This drawer's very colourful. This is all my Wii remotes. As well as a couple GameCube controllers. I'm pretty sure the NES Zapper is in here somewhere, but I'll end up creating more of a mess trying to look for it than I will if I just leave it. Although, I'll quickly show this. Original N64 controller. Obviously, you saw the Switch Online one, but this is an original one. And then just some more accessories in here. Like these two crappy adapters that don't actually work. Yeah, remember those? If you haven't seen the Superboy video, I go into a bit of detail about these and why I think they're crappy. But yeah. So yeah, that's where I keep my games. Now I guess I should show you where I play my games, which that would be downstairs, because as you can tell, I have no room to play anything other than my handhelds in bed from in here. So yeah, let me show you where I play my games. Right, so this is where I play my games. Obviously we've got my modern stuff over here, modern setup, and then we've got my more retro setup over there. Let me actually turn that down quickly. I keep forgetting how loud my CRT actually really is. I've currently got that just running some Crash Bandicoot 2. I hate the fact that the camera doesn't focus really well on it though, because of it being a CRT, it flickers a lot. So you can't actually see how good the picture is on it because of the constant flickering, but it is running Crash Bandicoot 2 right now. That's currently playing off my PS1 Slim. I have two PS1s. I've got the fat one there, which I do believe I showed off last Games Room Tour, but then I've also got the slim one here. Really, really nice, really, really like it. Over here you've got my Series X, as well as across from that my PS5, both hooked up to this Hisense 55-inch flat screen 4K TV. Really, really nice. Try saying that 3 times as fast. But yep, so this is what I play my modern games on. Literally all my modern consoles. So basically most of these down here, my PS3, my 360s, well, not the Xbox One, I use the Series. The Xbox One is just spare, as well as my PS4, my Wii U. These all get played on here. Whereas my retro stuff on this side, so my GameCubes, my 2 Xboxes, one that I got from the job lot, the other one I just got in general, I would hook up to the CRT over here. I really wish the picture on that was better for the camera, I mean. In person, that blackish flickering that you guys can see, I can't actually see that. That is literally just the camera not being able to pick up the picture on the actual screen. So I don't know how I'm gonna sort that out. I don't even think I can sort that out in editing. But yeah, I only play retro games on this. I cannot play retro games on the flat screen. I mean, probably for streaming I'll have to, because there's no way I can hook this up to an Elgato or anything. But I tend to normally, play retro on that, play modern on that. So here's more of my retro consoles. So I've got my NES, I've got my SNES, which since has been replaced by the Superboy, I'm so sorry. My N64, fat PS1, I've already showed you the slim PS1. There's my PS2, slim. I don't have a fat PS2 yet, but I would like to get one. My Dreamcast, although I'm not really happy with the condition of this thing. I bought it off of a guy who smokes a lot, and it went a really horrible piss-coloured yellow. That's not the colour it should be. It should be a much nice, cleaner white colour. In fact, even if I open it, that's the colour it should be. This is the colour I got. My 2 GameCubes with 3 memory cards. 1 memory card, I actually got that Comic and Toy Con. I think it can store up to 200 meg or something like that. 200. Nintendo call it blocks, but it might as well be megabytes of games on here. As I said, my Xboxes, the Crystal and the normal one. My Wiis, my 25th anniversary Mario Wii, as well as the Wii Mini. You saw the boxes for those upstairs. My Xbox 360s, a standard black one, and the R2-D2 one, which come with the C3PO controller and the white Kinect, but I've also got a black Kinect to go with that other 360 there. My Wii U, the console that I'm trying to complete the set of at the minute, which I would love to go in more depth about, but I might save that for a future video. My PS3 that I've had since year 8 of school, and still used to this day. My white Xbox One, got off someone on Marketplace. That's the Series X controller, being held by a nice Sonic statue there, which I definitely think I've shown that before. So, yep, that's that. My PS4 with a PS1 skin. As well as my Switch OLED, which is in its dock, and then you would have seen the other Switch that normally goes in this dock upstairs. That's the dock for my red and blue Switch, whereas my OLED is in its white dock right there. And another 3DS. Yep, another 3DS being held by my Mario statue right there. So yeah, this is the gaming space. This is where I sit down, chill out, play games. A lot of the time I'll mainly spread myself quite comfy on the sofa and play a couple of games. Over there's a sandwich bag there with some cables in it for the PS1. But yeah, that's a lot of the time what I do is I mainly will just chill out in here, play some games. Just overall really nice. Got quite a bit of space for movement as well, so that helps when I want to play like stuff like Wii Sports or stuff like that. But overall, yeah, upstairs is jam-packed. Down here there's a bit more space, at least a little bit of space to move around, play a bit more energetic-y sorts of games. Whereas upstairs it is literally way too tight, I can't even move around that much. Right, so that is my games room video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, you can show your love and appreciation by giving it a thumbs up, as well as leaving a nice little comment or sending us a DM. I've been loving reading your guys' DMs on Instagram. I'll leave links in the description down below to all of our other socials. Check out our Twitter, our Instagrams, our TikToks. We're actually using TikToks now as well to upload shorts and that. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed my updated games room tour. Now you can watch this one instead of the other ones and actually get a taste for what my collection looks like this year of 2023. And yeah, hopefully I'll be back with another Games Room Tour video next year with hopefully some more games, a bigger setup. Who knows? We'll see next year. But yeah, next Games Room Tour will most likely be next year when I've updated it all. But thank you all for watching, and you'll see me and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.